think he'll take some beating, Tank, to be fair, even if he is a tit.
This is Jonathan Aguilar for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Campbell Hatton. We're here in Harlow. You're gearing up for the rematch with Jimmy Flint, October 26th. How's everything going, Campbell?
It's going really well, mate. Like, been surprised myself how quickly I've been picking things up and how quickly I've been improving. So, just wish it was a bit sooner, to be honest.
Before we talk about the fight, I saw a post on your Instagram today of the City game and taking photos with fans. What's that like for you? You know, you've been going since, I don't know how old you were, and now people are like coming up to you. Is it weird?
It's mad, mate. Like, cause I've been going literally. Like, I put on Instagram today that I've been going City since I was in nappies, and I have, because there's a picture of me at Main Road where I must have been about 5 or 6 months old, and it's been like a big part of my life going to the match. Like, just something I've always done, and then when I go now and see all the supporters backing me with my boxing as well as like asking me for pictures and things like that, it's like over the moon with it.
Is it as well, you're kind of used to seeing it with, you know, your dad and obviously his popularity with the City fans? Is it kind of like, in a way it's weird, but you're kind of used to it as well? Yeah,
like growing up, it was a nightmare getting across to where we was going sitting, like be stopping every 2 minutes, and but like I say, we like just used to it. Growing up, it was happening all the time, and now I'm getting it myself. It shows must be doing something right, and I'm just dead grateful for the way the fan base has got behind me.
Obviously, the fight you've got is kind of on the doorstep, I guess, in Manchester. What's your feelings going into this? You know, having fought him once, fighting him again, you know, do you think it's going to be different? Do you think it's going to be a similar fight?
I think it'll be another good fight. I think our styles gelled quite well, where it made for a good fight to watch. And like, there will be differences, but it was a frustrating watch for me after it, just because there was so much I could have done differently, and I could just see my heart ruling my head a little bit, where I was having success early and then just sort of like emptied the tank a little bit and got a bit ragged. But again, it's all learning, and I think it's never nice. It's never easy to take a loss, but when I watched it back, you can look at it in a bit more of a positive light when you can see so much that you can change. If I'd have gone out there, boxed my best, done everything that I needed to do, and still fell short, like, I think that's a more difficult pill to swallow than when you know that you did a lot wrong, and it was still a good competitive fight. And just looking forward to putting it right, because there's loads I could have done different.
I saw he actually had a fight since your fight, which he lost. Did you know about that? Did you see it? And, you know, does that affect anything going into the rematch?
No, he did lose, but anyone who fights me, I know I'm always getting in with the best version of them. So he got beat last time, but I'll be fighting the same level Jimmy Flint that I boxed in Sheffield, where it's him at his absolute best. So I don't really take too much from his last fight. I've just got to go in there and make sure I'm the best version of Campbell Hatton, and I think that'll be enough then.
And, you know, obviously training down here in Essex, you know, with Pat's in today, Aloys is in, AJ's camp was here. You know, how much have you learned from just being around different fighters like that?
Yeah, loads. Like, you look at everyone in the gym, you got like the coaches are the best of the best. You've got like Barry, Ben, Lee Wiley, who I'm learning loads from. Then the fighters as well, like world champions, Olympians, people on the way to being world champions, and it's like just constantly learning. And I think because I've come here and I'm playing catch up to them lads, I think it's bringing me on a lot quicker, because I know every time I come down here, I've got to be bang on. Like, but you can't be sparring people like that and having off days. Like, I've got to make sure I'm on my game every day.
Just was curious to know your thoughts on this weekend's fight coming up. Beterbiev, Bivol, you on the same card as Bivol a couple of years ago. What do you think?
Yeah, looking forward to it. That's boxing at the top standard, isn't it? And I'm leaning towards Bivol, but only just. Like, when you look at Beterbiev, the power that Beterbiev's got, and that, just a machine, isn't it? So it's hard to really write anyone off. So I'm 55-45 in Bivol's favour.
Did you ever get a chance to chat with him when you were in the bubble, or not really?
No, not really. I've been on two of his cards. I boxed in Manchester in the bubble, and then I boxed on the undercard in Abu Dhabi. But I think we'd already snuck off before he got to the arena.
And then obviously we've had the AJ Dubois fight. Obviously you had been in the gym with him training. Do you want to see the rematch there?
I think he did. Like, there was so much went wrong for him. I think if he's to have the rematch, he can only improve. And I think it was very tough. It was a very hard loss. Like, he took some punishment, but I think because it's similar to like I was saying before, when there's that much wrong with how things went, it can give you a lot of confidence that you've got a lot to work with and a lot to build on. Where I think if he has the rematch, it's still a tough fight, and a fight that, like, he could still lose, but I think he can definitely put it right.
Final one I wanted to ask you, and it's going back a few years, but I saw a social media post someone randomly put out, like a fight between you and Tang, and then he replied and said, he said a certain thing about you'd be with your dad or eating through a straw, whatever it was. What did you make of that when you saw him tweet that? And I guess it was great exposure, like someone like him replying to that, but what was your thoughts on that?
So I don't really go on Twitter, so I didn't see it, but then my phone started going mad, and all my mates were sending me, and I was laughing my bollocks off, really. I just thought, I'm sat here, sat on my settee, trying to find Coronation Street, and he's having a pop at me on Twitter, living in Ed rent free.
Do you last one? What do you think of his fight coming up with Roach?
Do you know what? I won't say too much because he's a machine, that lad, isn't he? No, I think he'll take some beating, Tank, to be fair, even if he is a tit.
Campbell, appreciate your time, and good luck October 26th in Manchester on the Catchwell Pro Grade card.
Nice one, mate.